The glasses look so fucking funny.
Do they? Can you not take me seriously at all while I'm wearing them?
I love you didn't even mention these bright orange glasses.
I just kind of went at it and I'm just like... You gotta shake shit up, you gotta work a little fucking harder. We're here at SERPA Auto Boutique, hanging out with our strategy mob captain, Stefano. He's gonna drop some serious knowledge bombs for you. Check this out.
Is the customer always right? It's a great question, and I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, and the reason I'm gonna say no is because sometimes you need to make sure that the customer may approach you with a concern or a question, which they're not educated on. So they may not understand what they're even requesting, but it's up to us to educate the customer on what actually transpires, within a transaction or within a situation with service or parts or sales, whatever the case may be. So, and the short answer is of course no, but you have to do your best to show respect to the client, because at the end of the day they're here for you. They're here giving you business. And you're here to serve them, whether they're buying an oil filter or a Ferrari, right? They're here to support you and give money to your company or support whatever. So you have to educate them the proper way, in the respectful way, and they could be right, and then you could be in a situation where you're actually the wrong one, but you have to understand that and realize that. So you just got to be professional about it. And but the short answer is no, they're not always right, but it's not up to us, and it's not our duty to ensure that they know that they are wrong. It's our duty it's our duty to educate them on why they may be wrong, or whatever the case may be.
How should a dealership define success? You know what? I met a guy a few years back. He owns 3 dealerships, and I don't know how we got into the conversation, but we got to a conversation pretty much answering this question. And he defines success completely by his staff's happiness. All right, and that was his. It was just how happy his staff was, and to come into work, to how happy they were just talking to others. Like, I don't know why this particular dealer decided to take the ownership of his staff's happiness and really own it. And I think that's important. I don't think you should own someone's happiness, but I understand where he was coming from when he was saying it. I don't want to be the source of someone's happiness, but I do understand what he was saying as a business owner, that it was his responsibility, and he defined a successful business was one that people enjoy coming to and enjoy doing business with, and that was his success. Now, he said, ironically, when years prior to that, when he made it the goal, that the profitability was completely in line. So he saw a pattern of the happier his team was, the happier his customers were, the more money he made. So he started focusing on that, which was really cool, because he had built all these processes and he built all of these operational kind of elements to his business around creating happiness both for his staff and his customers. That was a really cool way this person defined success. Service falls down to like one of 2 goals and objectives: increase your CPROs or increase your dollars per RO. Which one are you leaning towards right now?
The CPRO count.
So increase that bad boy up, right? So with that said, you're probably going to want to spend a bit more here in new customer acquisition, and a bit more here versus in conquest. The messages is kind of different here, right? Here I'm actually telling you why you should come service at my Toyota dealership versus somebody else's. All right, here, these customers here have not serviced at a Toyota dealership before. They're the ones that are servicing at the Jiffy Lubes, the Mr. Lubes, the Quick Lubes, the Walmarts, the Costco's, those things, right? So two entirely different messaging because it's two totally different people, right?
You ready? Want me to hit record? All right, we're recording. We're at the Cameron Brewery here in Oakville, Ontario. Stopped to have a quick drink and pick up some of their new beer, which is called First Light. And I'm glad to be out here. And I found these really cool orange sunglasses with the Cameron Brewery logo on it. They must have knew that I was coming, so they made these. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. But they kind of have a thing for orange. I got a thing for orange, so it works out perfect. So yeah, I was hoping to get my favorite beer, but that didn't happen. That's okay. So today I get to try something that is brand spanking new. Let's see what we got here. All right, First Light, bright, crisp, and clean as the morning dawn. First Light is patiently aged and cold cellared for a perfect balance and satisfyingly refreshing finish. Look for a light floral character, a subtle malt profile, and a delicate smooth taste, all in this session light beer. See, that's a story. All right. If I can ever, I give these guys massive credit. In fact, there's a lot of really good microbreweries out there that write amazing stories. But I think there's something that the automotive industry, especially dealerships specifically, can learn from a microbrewery, and that is how to tell a story. I mean, you want to talk about competition. I mean, think how many, light beers are on the shelf right now. I mean, you probably can go in there's probably 30, 40 different light beers that you can choose that are on that shelf. But how many of them have a patiently aged and cold cellared for a perfect balance with a satisfying, refreshing finish? These guys know how to tell a story. Bright, crisp, and clean as the morning dawn.
What am I doing this as? Is this a strategy? Yeah, we'll do this as a strategy mob. So want me to try to do a quick intro, or do you want to do the intro later?
Welcome to the Strategy Mob Podcast. Tune in for everything you need to know to stay in the know regarding the automotive industry. Here's your host, Jason Harris.
What's important about what you just mentioned there is about the happiness for the employee, right? And if they're driven and they are credited and they are pushed to excel, that's what success of any marketing is or any dealership is, right? You're not going to have the same day every day. Every day is going to be different, right? And we've talked about this in the past. In our initial podcast that we did, we talked about the fact that, how are you driven? What gets you going? What motivates you? What motivates your team? But at the end of the day, it's what motivates you, right? If you motivate yourself, everything else falls into place.
For sure.
There's going to be tough times. And we know that. 100%. Right now with COVID, I still think COVID has actually been a blessing because I think it's actually booming the market, especially in the auto industry. It's role reversal now.
Yeah.
Right? You see used cars more than new vehicles, but the fact is you're still selling. The story still has to be told.
Oh yeah.
You still have to keep pushing. So as all of this kind of correlates, like you say, together, I think it's very important. I think it puts everything as, everything as one entity, but then you grow from it. And that's and that's a beautiful thing.
Want this way, or do you want me to go this way? You want to know what strategy mob is?
Yeah, what the
talking one?
Yeah, just walk towards the camera.
All right. Hey, for everyone out there that doesn't know, Strategy Mob is a team of collective content creators creating content for the automotive space to better your efforts.